Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Alexis checking in. I'm Key to Alexis on Instagram and welcome back. So today I want to get into a couple different things, but I'm going to start this video off letting you guys know that I am working on my natural hair. Like I'm trying to find hairstyles that I can do that's low tension, that's not pulling my edges out because baby, I keep on fumbling the hair. So today I am doing flexi rods on my natural hair. Now this hair is dirty. I just took out like 4 braids. It's dirty and I'm just giving it something to do so I won't do anything that's going to pull my edges out. So today I kind of want to get into a topic that I've been saying that I was going to talk about for some time now, which is working at a retail store as a sales associate. So a lot of you guys do not follow me on Instagram, but if you did, you would know that I have been working at Saks Fifth for a little over a year and was recently fired. Now, am I mad? No, I am not. It ran its course. I got this job for a specific reason, and that was to honestly figure out who I am, to relearn myself, because after just having a baby and going through postpartum depression, I kind of felt like I needed to get a job so that I can be around new people. Because not only do I have a now 4-year-old daughter, but before then I had a COVID baby. So I was stuck in the house every single day trying to learn how to be a mom, trying to do everything. Like I had my baby shower virtually, if you want to say that. But I just had to get back out into the world so that I can learn, like relearn myself, relove myself. And I felt like working at a luxury store will introduce me to a lot of different people and give me the opportunity to regain that self-confidence, because you know you have to get dressed every day, you have to put on something presentable, you have to potentially invest in yourself to work at a job like this. So I'm gonna start like from the beginning, like the interviewing process. So getting an interview at Saks was super easy. I went in on a day that they had like a annual hiring day, and I just wore something super cute but classy. And I was hired on the spot. They were like, "Hey, when can you start?" Like the next day, they sent me over this package, and I came in a few days after that, and then I started my hiring process, which was just like coming in for like maybe 3 or 4 days, sitting in front of a computer, learning their system, learning the ins and outs, about working the register and, what they expect from you as far as sales and basically just, training. So it was super easy. I believe that I did that for about 3 days. And then maybe that third day, they put me on the sales floor, got to know all of the different areas, got to know what my job description will consist of on the floor. It was super easy. I'm like, okay, cool. Everybody seems super nice, but you can also tell, like, on that floor, it was super competitive. Like, the way people were looking at you when they were introducing you to new people. I was like, okay, here we go, back into the dog eat dog world. But like I said, I was super excited. So just like being the new girl, like it's the same no matter where you work at. It's that same uncomfortable feeling. But like for me, I don't feel like I was uncomfortable. I felt like I was like ready to I was so excited to meet new people, just being locked up in a house for 3 years, having a baby, just being able to be away from home. I felt like it felt really, really good to like be around people. So I was excited. I was introducing myself to everybody. I honestly feel like now looking back that I was like the connection between everybody at Saks. Like before I got there, a lot of people, it was just like this super competitive, negative energy. And maybe it's still that, or maybe it was that while I was there. But when I was around, I feel like I brought all different types of people together, all different types of cultures, all different types of attitudes. Like I remember like people, this one specific girl that I was working with, a lot of people did not talk to her before I got there. Like she was super mean from their perspective. They really didn't like her. But when I got there, I kind of opened up that door for everyone to kind of like have different perspectives, I guess, and kind of would open that door for people to get to know each other on a different level. So I can honestly say, like, I wasn't offended, or I wasn't like, I had certain situations like over the time, as time went on, I had certain situations where a manager had to get involved, because it is a competitive environment. It's not a place where you are supposed to be super friendly with your coworkers. Like, granted, I am that super friendly person from the jump. I realized in the worst way that it's not that environment where everyone is supposed to be lollygagging, hee hee ha ha. And like, these people have been working there for 25 years. Some people have been there for 20 years. Some people they're my age for 7 years, 5 years, 6 years. So for me, like, this is the way that they feed their family. So at the end of the day, just because it was all fun and games to me, like, I genuinely got the job so that I could venture out into the world. Genuinely. And I realized at a later time, like, how great this job was beneficially to other people. Like, from the beginning, I didn't expect for it to, like, I was thinking like, oh yeah, my checks will be this amount or that amount. And then once I started working and like really like hustling, because that was one thing that I knew, like, when I got there, that I would be able to hustle. Like, it's in me. That's not something I have to worry about. But I was more so concerned with just being around human beings. Like, I know it may sound crazy to a lot of people, but after being a being a pregnant COVID mom, whatever you want to call it, like, that was a lot. It was a lot to take in. So I was just super excited to be around other people, whether it's other moms or whatever. Like, I was just excited about that. But once the checks start rolling in and I started seeing that, now I see why these people are treating other people so horrible. Because as we all know, like, money is truly the root of all evil. Like, people will treat you like bullcrap just to make money. They will do you wrong. They will, the whole everything. Like, I understood, like, dang. Even though I did not participate in the treating people horribly, negatively, I still understood why some people did it. Like, like I said earlier, like, just because my bills aren't what they bills are, doesn't mean that they supposed to treat, like, so I definitely understood it. It took me some time, but once those real checks started rolling in, like, I was like, okay, I understand now. Like, I'll try my best not to judge y'all for treating people like crap, but I kind of get it. So I can honestly say, like, over time, as time went by, like, sex became like this place of peace for me. I was going to work. I was waking up every day, getting cute. So, basic cute, like, meeting new people and working in a luxury environment. Like, you meet celebrities. I was meeting all types of people, like people that I was like, my mind was blown. Like, wow, this person, now next week, this person, if it's a concert, they're coming to the mall to shop for themselves. And it was just amazing. Like, that experience in itself was super amazing, meeting celebrities that were like super cool, super down to earth, treated you like family. I did experience that, and I would say like 10 out of 10. Some celebrities were mean, but living here in Houston, a lot of celebrities live here. So on a regular, we were like being introduced to celebrities, and me personally, I did not make it a priority to make these people my, like, the people that was going to shop with me, like making them a part of my client book. I honestly did not take sex that serious on that level, but I know if I did, or if I would have, it would have been way more beneficial than what it was, which I should have. But honestly, for me, like, I will repeat again, it was honestly just a stepping stone for me. I knew deep in my heart I know deep in my heart that I am an entrepreneur and I know what I needed, but I also knew that I needed to take a leap into that world to be around, I can say, like-minded people, people that want to get money. I wouldn't say like-minded because a lot of those people don't see themselves anywhere else in 20 years and 10 years and 5 years and 2 years. That's good enough for them. And I mean, to each his own. But for me, I knew that sex was going to be like a stepping stone. So I used it for what it was. But I can genuinely say, like, it served a great purpose. Like, it genuinely did. So now that I talked about all of the good stuff, I mean, I wouldn't say all because it was a lot of good stuff. The food in the mall, the meeting new people, the making great money. Management wasn't like super crazy. It was not structured. Like, you kind of could do what you want. It's a lot of great things that I will also get back into. No, but seriously, the bad stuff, the ugly, the dark. The reason why I was kind of like, yeah. Okay, so I told y'all it was a doggy dog environment, right? And it took me a long time to dive back into that because when I say dive back into that, like I used to be a waitress, right? So I know what that consists of. I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like to step on people's toes sometimes if you have to. I know what it feels like to go out and get it. I was by far from, like, I'm not a shy girl. I'm very far from just being like nervous or like I would walk up to Jay-Z, Beyonce, like, hey girl, like, howdy, like I will say whatever. Like, I am not a shy person at all. I don't care. Like, when it comes to making money, I'm going to do what I got to do. So for me, like, that was cool. But like the negative part about that, especially like working at Saks, was me having to argue with a 50-year-old woman or, a 60-year-old man. Like, it was people, like I said, working there for over a decade or, that's been there for a very long time. And it just makes you feel very uncomfortable. Like, I'm arguing with my great grandma friend. I'm arguing with, like, I genuinely hated that the most. Like, I have to find a way to not disrespect you as an elder, but at the same time, you disrespecting me, so I kind of got to do the same thing. Like, it was those things that I genuinely hated about sex that just disturbed me to the point where, like, you damn near about to tell grandma she about to get dragged because she taking a customer from you that she know is a customer that you was helping, and all you did was turn around and grab them a bottle of water. Now you come back out and she grabbing them 2 pair of shoes. So it was like certain things like that I genuinely would, like, I would go home and be stressed out, like super stressed out. So another thing would be like the scheduling. Another bad thing, the scheduling, it would take up all of your time. So when I got to the point where I realized, like, okay, I'm back to me, I'm back loving me, I kind of then dug deep. I've been journaling, I've been going to church, I had got a therapist during this time, like all of these great things that I had figured out about myself. I'm like, okay, cool, now it's time to start really pouring back into me. And it was kind of hard doing that with the scheduling. Like, the scheduling would be like from 10 to 6:30 or from 12 to 8:30. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, well, that's not bad. But when you have a child, when you have a man, a lot of things just started being in a way that I wasn't used to, and it made me too uncomfortable. Like, I'm okay with being a little uncomfortable, but I was feeling like a man. Like, I was feeling like, why is my man doing laundry, cooking for the kids, putting the baby in the bed, doing all of the, getting her up in the, like, doing all of these things that I had normally been doing. It kind of made me feel out of place with life and out of place, like, at home. Like, so for me, I'm like, okay, these hours aren't working. And not only that, I wasn't able to like pour into starting another business. And as y'all know, like I said at the beginning, like, I'm an entrepreneur at heart. So for me, it was like, baby, like, I cannot continue to pour into this business, this job, and then I'm not really pouring into myself, my family, or, things that really do matter to me. Like, now that I got my groove back in certain areas, I was ready to get back into what I really love, and that's being an entrepreneur, being a mother, being a girlfriend. All of these things really mattered a lot to me, and I wasn't able to genuinely put even like 25% into. So that was another negative impact that sex had on me. So at the beginning, I was saying how good the checks were and how the money was coming in, and the whole nine. And when a slow season rolled around, I was lost for words. I was like, wait a minute now. And everybody at Saks was just telling me, like, all of the old heads, like, oh, it'll pass. This is just a season. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, I was having a great time, enjoying that money coming in like that. So for me, it was just like, that slow season will literally take you out the game. And if you aren't, saving your money right or doing the right things, you're out of luck. Like, you're just gonna be looking like, I'm talking about slow. Like, I mean, from you on the top of the earth all the way back down to the bottom. And I was like, dang. And like, granted, like, I didn't have any super high bills because my man takes care of the household when it comes to, it's no 50-50 over here. We don't do no 50-50. But at the same time, I still started to take on different responsibilities, whether it was childcare or whether it was just, making sure we have certain necessities in the house, like certain things, that I took I stepped up and took on a lot of different things. So when that slow season came, I just was not prepared for it, and I was just a little like oversexed at this point. You know what they say, like, when the money ain't coming, like, as soon as the money come and go, baby, you trying to lead too. Okay, let me get to the point. Like, the point. Y'all probably like, okay, girl, get to the point. So the reason why I left sex, so I go to work one day and I get a call to the manager's office, and basically they sit me down and say, hey, Alexis, you are one of the top people that, will make $1 million. I know you haven't been here for a year yet. It was maybe my 8th month mark. And so they're like, we know the time, about the time that you get to a year, you'll reach $1 million in sales. So I'm like, okay, I'm not really tripping. I'm like, all right, at that moment I'm excited, like, oh, because I'm on a floor with multi-millionaire sales associates, like people that has made them millions of dollars. So super excited. But then, like, when I get home, I realize, like, I don't want to work for, like, I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I don't want to work for a company that I am destined to make $1 million every year for. I haven't even been here. This is my first year. I haven't even been here for a long enough time, and you guys are already telling me that I'm $800,000 in sales. That was insane. Like, at first, my boyfriend, like, we did like this huge thing. He made dinner for me, like celebrated me. We were super excited, and then, like, when I really sat in that, I can make myself $1 million. Like, the energy here is bad. The employees are rude and disrespectful. I am okay. I want out. Like, I'm about to make y'all $1 million. I'm not working on nothing of myself to make myself $1 million, but I'm about to make y'all $1 million. No, like, granted, like, I had made a great amount of money in that time as well, but like, no, so that was my breaking point. You know what I mean? And I was just like, super happy that they sat me down and told me that, because it really woke me up. Like, you're not about to be making a multi-million-dollar company $1 million a year. Like, you're not about to do that. It ran its course. Congratulations, you did it. You haven't had a job in over a decade, and you got a job. You've been here. You've brought great energy to this place. You met a lot of new people. You have great friends now that you'll probably have for a lifetime. It has ran its course. So that is my story working at Saks Fifth Avenue. I'm pretty sure any other retail store would be the same way. Anybody would tell you. But I mean, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. But no, look at this twist out, y'all. So look how cute it turned out. So cute. And by the way, this is a dress from my boutique that I have opened. I opened March. I started this brand March 2024. And this is one of my super cute items. So yes, follow me on Instagram, you guys. Shop 128 brand. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Drop your comments if you have any comments. If you're looking forward to working at Saks, I can help you answer any questions. But don't forget to follow me, subscribe, and also follow my Instagram business page. Love you guys.